जब लड़की 14 साल की होगी और 14 साल की कोई लड़की आपके घर दुल्हन बन के आ जाएगी तो उस समय तो वो बच्ची होगी। अब वो ससुराल में 14 साल से जब रहने लग जाएगी तो अपने आप उस परिवार को अपना मान लेगी।
India is progressing in AI, space exploration, and the digital revolution. And yet, at the same time, some people are openly glorifying child marriage. Is this what development looks like, or are we moving backwards? While India builds satellites and launches startups, people are still debating what makes an ideal bahu, and not how to fix our education system or improve women's safety. हम सिर्फ टेक्नोलॉजी में प्रोग्रेस कर रहे हैं, सोच में नहीं. Our mindset is still stuck in the past. Child marriage was fully criminalized in 2006 under the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act, nearly 60 years after independence. The fact that people needed a law to understand they shouldn't marry off children is so disturbing. Child marriage is a crime so obvious that it should have been rejected by basic common sense. और सबसे ज्यादा disturbing तो ये है कि बाल विवाह को legally criminalize करने के बाद भी society ने इसे कभी बैन नहीं किया. Because according to UNICEF's 2023 report, India alone accounts for 1/3 of the world's child brides. That's around 223 million girls. 1 in every 3 child brides globally is from India. However, it's not just an Indian problem. This is a global crisis, as the same report warns that if things continue like this, the world will need another 300 years to completely end child marriage. And these are just the numbers. The reality is even worse. Countless cases go unreported, hidden behind poverty, cultural norms, and legal loopholes. और जब situation already इतनी खराब है, तब भी कुछ लोग पब्लिकली एक क्राइम को ग्लोरीफाई कर रहे हैं. क्या एक लड़की के जीवन का सिर्फ एक ही मकसद होता है, शादी? Is she born just to serve her in-laws, support the husband, and play a silent side role in his story? क्या उसकी अपनी कोई पहचान नहीं, कोई ऑटोनॉमी नहीं? What about her education, her growth, her dreams? When a girl's entire purpose in life is reduced to marriage, society begins to ask a chillingly practical question: Why raise a daughter at all? क्योंकि वो तो बस एक मेहमान है, पराया धन है, an investment with no return. Meanwhile, sons are celebrated. They carry the family name, they stay, and they bring a wife who serves the household. In such a son-centric society, daughters start disappearing. Sex-selective abortions, female infanticide, and gender imbalance. These are not accidents. They are the direct result of a culture that glorifies child marriage and erases female autonomy. अनिरुद्ध आचार्य की इस बात को बहुत लोगों ने सपोर्ट किया, पर क्यों? लोग इन बातों को 2025 में भी क्यों एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं? Centuries ago, thinkers like Socrates, Plato, Aristotle challenged the norms of their time. They had no internet, no books, just their minds. Today, when knowledge is literally in our hands, we follow anything without thinking. जब लोग सवाल नहीं पूछते, तब गलत चीजें नॉर्मल बन जाती है. And when injustice becomes normal, society stops being civilized. एक 14 साल की बच्ची कितनी बड़ी होगी? शायद क्लास 7 या 8 में पढ़ती होगी. An age for solving maths problems, learning history dates, making friends. लेकिन कुछ लोग चाहते हैं कि वो बच्ची शादी करके अपने सास ससुर की सेवा करे, पति के लिए व्रत रखे और शायद 1 या 2 साल बाद बच्चा कर ले. Can you imagine her holding a baby a year or 2 later? This is not exaggeration, it's reality. शादी के बाद लोग बच्ची को बच्ची नहीं समझते हैं, वो बीवी बन जाती है. And with that title comes a mountain of expectations. And the first of them is motherhood. At an age when she is still adjusting to her own body, she is expected to carry and raise another human being. Consent, emotional readiness, physical health, all get ignored. Behind every child marriage is a stolen life. It's a human rights violation. A child bride faces huge health risk. They are more likely to have early pregnancies, which can lead to complications or even death. She is pulled out of school, her childhood is taken away, her dreams disappear, and is more likely to face abuse. Traditions may try to disguise it as protection or honor, but let's be honest, child marriage doesn't protect her. Instead, it erases her. और अगर अब भी कुछ लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि लड़कियों की शादी 14 साल में ही हो जानी चाहिए, तो क्या उन्हें ये भी लगता है कि एक 14 साल की लड़की को भी पढ़ाई छोड़कर पैसे कमाना शुरू कर देना चाहिए? Because traditionally, if a girl is expected to become a wife, the boy is expected to be a provider. So why aren't boys in class 8 or 9 being told to quit school and start earning? Because it sounds absurd, right? We know a 14-year-old boy isn't ready for adult responsibilities. So why doesn't the same logic apply to girls? Often, these girls aren't marrying boys of the same age. Instead, they're given to men much older. That's not tradition, that's grooming. blooming. But whenever someone dares to question these evil practices, the same defense appear. It's our culture, it's our tradition, it's in our religion. But not everyone used religion to suppress and glorify such regressive practices. Some used it to liberate. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Swami Dayanand Saraswati, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, these great reformers studied the scriptures and used them to fight injustice. Sati, child marriage, ban on widow remarriage, denial of women's education, all were defended in the name of tradition until reformers challenged them. Feminism is not foreign. India had feminists like them even in the 1820s who glorified women empowerment and supported their right to get education instead of oppressing them. And this happened nearly 200 years ago. Yet there is no change in people's mindset. We have modernized our clothes, our phones, our cars. Then why can't we modernize our mindset? Over 80 countries still legally allow child marriage. Iraq allows girls as young as 9 to be married. Sudan allows it at 10. And the superpower United States, child marriage is still legal in 2/3 of its states. This is a global failure, placing culture and control above the rights of children. In order to end this practice, legal reforms are necessary. But they are not enough. The mindset that normalizes this crime must be challenged. We don't just need change, we need radical change. We may have reached the moon, but our thinking is still buried in the ground. Ask anyone about the best time of their life and most will say their childhood. It is the most precious, irreplaceable chapter of life. So why are we stealing that from children in the name of tradition? So raise your voice, because the silence keeps it alive. Thank you for watching and tell me in the comments what's your take on this inhuman crime.